identity's precious, protected tightly. With every post you share, think before you act. Stay one step ahead and keep your digital track. Scrolling through your timeline, what do you see? Profiles looking perfect, but are they really free? Behind the shiny smiles, there's a lurking threat. Be careful who you trust, don't fall into their net. Don't rise, watch back your tread. Keep your data things said. I'm not looking for totally left in the dark. Other securities, they night that vital spark. Verify before you connect, don't take it lightly. Your identity's precious, protected tightly. With every post you share, think before you act. Stay one step ahead and keep your digital track. Hold on the rise, watch where you tread. Make the things said. I'm not some info, don't be left in the dark. Other securities, they might not vital spark. Verify before you connect, don't take it lightly. Your identity's precious, protected tight.
About cybersecurity today and how safe people's passwords are. What is one of your online passwords currently?
It is my dog's name and the year I graduated from high school.
Oh, what kind of dog do you have?
I have a Chihuahua Papillon.
And what's his name?
Jameson.
Jameson. And where'd you go to school?
I went to school back in Greensburg, Pennsylvania.
What school?
Hempfield Area Senior High School.
Oh, when did you graduate?
In 2009.
Oh,
Going through your timeline, what do you see? Profiles looking perfect, but are they really free? Behind the shiny smiles, there's a lurking threat. Be careful who you trust, don't fall into their net. Hold on the rise, watch back your tread. Keep your data things said. I'm not looking for totally left in the dark. Other securities, they night that vital spark. Verify before you connect, don't take it lightly. Your identity's precious, protected tightly. With every post you share, think before you act. Stay one step ahead and keep your digital track. Hold on the rise, watch where you tread. Make the things said. I'm not some info, don't be left in the dark. Other securities, they might not vital spark. Verify before you connect, don't take it lightly. Your identity's precious, protected tight.
about cybersecurity today and how safe people's passwords are. What is one of your online passwords currently?
It is my dog's name and the year I graduated from high school.
Oh, what kind of dog do you have?
I have a Chihuahua Papillon.
And what's his name?
Jameson.
Jameson. And where'd you go to school?
I went to school back in Greensburg, Pennsylvania.
What school?
Hempfield Area Senior High School.
Oh, when did you graduate?
In 2009.
Oh,
Going through your timeline, what do you see? Profiles looking perfect, but are they really free?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I hope we're having a great day today. You're welcome again to another edition of our webinar. And Today, we're going to be focusing on cybersecurity threats in an AI-driven world. I still remain your host, Umama David Ogebe. So hello, Taiwo. Hello, Odiete, Daniel. I see you guys in the attendance room. Hello, Irene, Jimmy, Ololade, Taiwo, and Timothy, and a host of others as well. We're all welcome to today, and I hope we're all having a great afternoon. So before we go on, I would just like to have a mood check. If you are feeling excited, you're feeling, expectant of today's webinar, especially speaking about the topic, you can just wave your hand to know that we are all present so we can begin. I see Taiwo's hand is up. I see Daniel's hand up. Every other person, great, beautiful. We're excited, we are happy, and we are also expectant. So thank you again for joining us at Discussio. Thank you for that clap of hands. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I still remain your host, Umama, and I'll be taking us through this webinar today. So what are we looking at today? We're looking at securing your business data from cyber threats in an AI-driven world. Of course, we know that everything now that we do, not just in Nigeria, but across the globe, AI is the leading force right now. And a lot of people are really scared and afraid about the things that AI can actually do and the things that AI can actually, achieve on its own. And I remember that before the previous seminar that we had before now, we had a very incredible mind with us talking to us about security threats and, of course, diving a little bit into AI as well. And some people raised concerns saying that is AI going to take over the world? And he was able to calm our fears down. And today he wants to really go deeper and help us understand how we can actually safeguard our data from this AI-driven world. So thank you again for joining us. So quickly before we introduce our intelligent guests, I just want to say thank you again for joining us. And this webinar is being organized by Discussio. Discussio is one of Africa's leading cloud computing organizations, and we are, very happy to offer various services both in the cloud space, meaning we deploy various products like Google products, Microsoft products, and all of that. So something was just posted on my screen now. I'm just going to run quickly through what Discussio does. So majorly, what do? We simplify business by matching your ambitions with modern innovative technology, right? We want to make your business as simple as possible while also encouraging you and hand-holding you to adopt innovative technology that would actually add to your bottom line. So in a nutshell, that is what Discussio does. Please, next slide, please. Okay, so what exactly do we actually do for businesses? Number one, we reduce business risk. We also improve performance. We grow revenue, which is the major bottom line for all companies, right? Growing their revenue. And of course, we also increase operational efficiency. So if you want to know more about us at Discussio, you can always follow all our handles, and we are there to serve you just the way you would like us to, making a remarkable difference in your business. So back into the business of the day. Thank you very much, Philip, for that. So back into the business of the day. Like I said, we have an incredible mind who is one of the people shaping, the security department in Discussio. He has been so much, and he's doing so much and creating so much impact. And he's the person of Ikechukwu Louis Bruce. He is a highly skilled IT specialist with over 9 years of experience doing security. He has specialized in various security aspects, ranging from Linux to Oracle to SQL database to middleware and all of that. He's doing so well, and he has soared in various technologies and the depth security ops framework as well. He has demonstrated expertise in tools like Azure Sentinel, Splunk, Kubernetes, Docker, and Jenkins. He has successfully also developed critical security metrics for Africa's largest cement company. Can you beat that? I mean, we couldn't have had anybody better to, look at this topic with us other than Ikechukwu. He's also proficient in using tools such as Aqua, Nessus, Trivy, and Sync, known for his excellent communication skill. I tell you, Ikechukwu is an excellent communicator. I'm sure by the end of this webinar today, a lot of people want to switch into because Ikechukwu knows how to break down complex, terminologies, complex security jargons, as we might call it, to the simplest form that we can all understand. He's also a leader and an innovative problem solver as well. So without further ado, let's welcome our guest for today, Ikechukwu Louis Bruce. Thank you very much for joining us today, Ikechukwu. Over to you now.
Well, at this point, I guess you said it all and you've done it all. Good afternoon, everyone. Afternoon, yes, 12:14. Good afternoon from whatever part of the world you are. Good afternoon, good morning, and probably good evening. Okay, I've been introduced, which is first of all. So let's dive into what we came here for, which is AI. I hear that word a lot. AI. I'm going to look at it extensively. Let me know when you can see my screen.
Yes, Ikechukwu, we can see your screen.
Okay, awesome. Good. So what we're talking about today will basically securing your business data. It could also your data as well from cyber threats in an AI-driven world. As I said earlier, the buzzword now is AI. If you go to churches, you hear AI, mosques, AI, go to everywhere, AI. Even my parents who are elderly, they know something about AI. What's this AI stuff? We're hearing AI. So basically, once you can understand how cyber threats can masquerade themselves in an AI-driven world, understand the risks, the threats, and what could be our best practice in handling this. Okay, let me just for further introduction. Artificial intelligence, which is AI, is rapidly transforming business landscape, offering both opportunities and challenges. Back in those days, you want to do something, an assignment, a project, you know the amount of research, you have to go to a library, go online, but with artificial intelligence, it can give you a streamlined scope of what to do. You know the areas you can punch and become more effective. While AI enhances operational efficiency and decision-making, also introduces new cybersecurity vulnerabilities, which is very key because the speed of which AI processes data compared to human intelligence, to not sound very, very boastful, is more than 100x. So if you could process an information at a speed of 20, AI can do it at a speed of 2,000 and above. So at that speed, you can spot out vulnerabilities in any critical workload you're operating in or in any application that you're actually using. So the essence is that this presentation is just how we can explore the risks posed by AI and how we can secure our businesses and even our own personal data on the applications that we use. So cybersecurity risks in an AI age. I want to make my presentation as short as possible so we can ask questions, because the reason why we are here is so that whatever doubts we have can be cleared up. So the rise of AI has significantly expanded the cybersecurity threat landscape. Organizations are increasingly facing two critical issues, which is AI-powered attacks that bypasses traditional security measures. Oh, username and password. I'm telling you right now, in the dark world, people are buying password tools that can crack your passwords as easy as ABC. To blow your mind, for as low as $10, you can crack an encrypted password. You got an AI tool on the dark web that can crack your password. So that's your traditional way, username and password. So if you are hinging your data on just username and password, I bet you are already prone to serious security vulnerabilities. The next one is a larger attack surface as businesses adopt AI-driven automations. Yes, because now there are more attack surfaces. And as I said, it can process information 100 times the human brain can do. So if you are creating applications based on your human brain, AI is going to leverage it and create multiple attack surfaces. It's as if you can't secure enough. With AI, you have to keep on securing and securing and securing. So the risk of AI being manipulated for malicious purposes includes data breaches, identity theft. Understanding this risk is the first step towards building a robust security posture. Why cyber criminals exploit AI to launch advanced attacks? Oh, yes. AI-powered phishing and deepfake attacks, yes. AI can generate highly realistic phishing emails and videos to deceive employees. Oh, yes, it can. It can do that very well. I just need to clone your voice, get an AI app to write it, give it a text with your voice, like how they call it, the texture of your voice. And I could send you a voice note to do one or two things, and you would think I'm the one. And end up deceiving people. So that's why we have AI tools right now that help to track deep fakes, both in pictures, in videos, and even in documents. Next is automated vulnerability exploitation. AI can scan and exploit system vulnerability faster than traditional hackers. I said that before because of the power of its speed. Then next is AI-enhanced malware. Adaptive ransomware and self-evolving malware poses serious threats. Then last is social engineering attacks. AI analyzes social media and communication patterns to create convincing scams. I'm going to say a scenario. For the imagination, they call me Mr. Scenario because I like creating hypothetical situations. And now this is one of them now, because this is where the rubber meets the road for us. All the grammar we have been saying right now, I've condensed them into a scenario where I can paint a picture that will understand the power of AI. Now, this is a scenario I created, a wedding scam gone wrong. Now, pay close attention because don't say you can't fall for this. Some of us have already fallen for this. And most likely, I pray not to, some of us might likely fall for this. Okay, now, a wedding scam gone wrong. So here's the story. You can read it along with me. John, an enthusiastic dog lover, is excited about his upcoming wedding to Joy. Wow, J to J. Their social media is filled with wedding updates, countdowns, adorable photos of John's golden retriever, Max. A golden retriever is like all those massive dogs. Yeah, for those of you who love dogs like me, so. But if you don't love, just see it as a dog. Dog. So the first one is that, what do the attackers do? They gather intelligence with AI. It's a cyber criminal group leveraging AI power resonance tools, scrape social media for personal data. What do they collect? They collect John's wedding details. They collect his interests. They collect his connections. Some of us right now, I knew where you went to eat last night. I know what you ate last night. I know the kind of watch you wore to your office last night. No, yesterday. Not last night. No, none of us work in the night. So this information, some of us, I know you want to show, nothing bad about that. But in the kind of world we live in right now, less should be more. But for John's case, everything was on social media. Joy's contact information, which is the fiancé, and her online behavior was as well exploited online. Then family members as well of John, which has to be John's mother. So they take their time. I tell you, for an attack, see, cyber criminals, for them to bring down an organization, for them to exploit an individual, they take, give or take, 3 months to plan an attack. Most of us watch all these films, bank heists and the rest, where the criminals go and take down a bank. They plan it for a year. They want to monitor everything, know your patterns, everybody, so that there will be no stone that will be left unturned. That's the phase 1. They gather intelligence. Now, phase 2 is the AI-assisted phishing attack. With AI, you can do more. Before now, if you have to do it for 1 year. AI can do it in 3-4 months. The problem is that AI has been leveraged. So look at this, the second scenario. Can you hear me, please? I don't know whether I'm being heard. Okay. Can you all hear me? Okay, good, good. Okay, good. Thanks. Thanks. I needed that. Okay, good. Okay. Now, the phase 2 is one evening, Joy's phone, which happens to be John's fiance, is stolen at a local cafe. The attackers use AI to craft a sophisticated malware-laced message mimicking Joy's usual text style, complete with emojis and common phrases. And the message reads, "Hey, love, lost my phone, but borrowed a friend's. Can you check this urgent doc is about the wedding venue confirmation?" How many of us know that that's not a harmful message? But attached to it was a malicious link on that document. Because truly, her phone was stolen. That's why they're cyber criminals. Whatever they will do to get their information, they'll do it. Somebody puts a gun on your head and say your phone or your life. Nobody will say, no, I'll keep my phone, no, take my life. No, you give the person your phone. Even if the gun was a rubber gun. Yeah, no, you give the person your phone. Nobody wants to die. So the message included is a malicious link. Sin is from Joy. John will naturally click on it because they are planning for a wedding. And that way his phone is compromised. You see the plan right now. If they have to go down to you to steal your phone, they will do it. At the end of the day, they're going to make some money out of it. So what's the next scenario? Phase 3 is now AI generated deepfake attacks. Now, they will now leverage AI deepfake technology. The attackers will now clone John's voice from his videos and social media posts, analyze and create his speech pattern, identify his mother's phone number from his contacts. What will they do? John's mother then received a call with his cloned voice. "Hey, mom, it's John. I'm stranded, and there was a mix-up with the wedding payments, and I need 500,000 naira urgently. Can you please transfer it to my friend's account? As I have maxed out my account, I'll pay you back after the wedding." This looks like a very wonderful message. The mother knows that my son is planning for a wedding. Oh, he has maxed out his account. It happens to me most times. I max my account in a day because of plans. Okay, mom, help me. I'll pay you later. These are just, but underneath it is what? A serious criminal activity. Now, going forward, hearing what she believed is her son's distressed voice, John's mother immediately transfers the money. Let's not pretend most of us or people will know have fallen for this. Now, what is it? John later calls her mother only to discover that she was scammed. The attackers vanished, leaving behind financial losses and emotional distress. All this would only have been possible if not for AI. Now, we'll come to the questions, but I created that so you can understand what I have said and what I will still now say. Because let's not get carried along about AI. It is good. As I tell people, I tell friends, whenever I go to speak about AI is like a gun or a knife. A gun in the hands of a soldier, a Navy SEAL, a policeman. In Nigeria, all things being equal. When it comes to Nigeria, I like to put that caveat, all things being equal. A gun in the hands of our police forces, our military guys, all things being equal, is supposed to save us. But a gun in the hands of a Boko Haram member, a kidnapper, a thief, an assassin, is to kill you. The same gun, but whoever is handling it determines what you get from it. In the hands of a policeman, all things being equal, you are safe. In the hands of a criminal, well, things don't need to be equal, you are going to be dead. It's the same gun. Sometimes it might even be a lesser gun that a criminal is carrying, but it's a gun. That's what AI is right now. So who holds it? AI in the hands of an attacker is going to kill from you, steal from you, and destroy you. But AI in the hands of somebody who understands the ethics of securing workloads, securing businesses, and even teaching people how to secure themselves online is going to help and save you. So that's why I created that scenario so you can understand what AI is all about. So the role of AI in detecting and responding to threats. Now, this is where cybersecurity comes in. AI is not just a tool for cyber criminals. As I said earlier, it is also a powerful asset in cybersecurity. Business can leverage AI for what? Threat detection. There are several AI-based systems that can analyze network traffic and detect anomalies real time. I've worked with several AI tools whereby during the Ukraine-Russia war, we had a meeting with Microsoft whereby traffic coming from places like Belarus, we had to flag them as red zones. Any traffic. So if you mistakenly go to the border of Belarus and you're trying to authenticate into your workload on any Microsoft platform, you are not going to be allowed. That can only be possible with threat detection, AI threat detection. Now, the next one is machine learning algorithm. This has the ability to predict and prevent cyber threats. When it comes to predictability, I tell people it's good to be on the offense than be on the defense. They say in football, the best way to defend is to attack. I used to say, you must preempt. I give an example about our organization in Descasio. Before the lockdown, as of 2018, 2019, we had this plan that, okay, employees come to work 4 to 3 days in a week, then take out 1 day, work remotely. And most times we pick Friday though. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we pick Friday. So when 2020 came around, it was easy for us. We just adapted because we have been doing it for once a week. Now we're doing it for practically 5 days in a week. So it was easy for most people. We have colleagues who struggled because organizations did not see that something was coming. That's the ability to predict and prepare yourself. So machine learning in this context help you to predict, okay, if there's going to be a war somewhere, okay, we're going to see how we can predict and prevent cyber crimes. Because once war happens, cyber criminals are unleashed. I'm telling you, once the war in Ukraine and in Russia, cyber criminals were unleashed on both ends and even on neighboring countries as well. So machine learning helps us to say something is coming up. Let's see how we can protect our customers who might be affected by this particular situation coming up. So that's a brief example of machine learning algorithm. We go to incident response. AI automates responses to security incidents, reducing damage and downtime. At the table, we are human beings and we can work as much as we can and our bodies cannot take it. So you work in the daytime, while you sleep, you automate your processes. AI can help stand in that. So that whatever happens, it can do the major for you. So once you resume in the morning, you just pick the ones you can do and clean up your workloads from the back end. Next is balancing automation with human expertise. As Umama said, AI should complement and not replace human beings because AI, robots are being designed by human beings. So if you remove human beings, who will design the robots? The answer is nobody will. So we have to complement ourselves on this. So the most common data breaches for businesses, and this is where business fall into this trap. Businesses often fall victims to data breaches due to various attack vectors, namely phishing and social engineering attack. The scenario I gave to you was a typical phishing and social engineering attack. And that is the most easiest. The easiest. And they can even link it to your organizations. That's why most organizations have serious solutions to aid any form. You don't click anything. I know of a bank in Nigeria right now. If you click a link, they design the link themselves. So it's like a malware link, but it has no potency. If you click on it, it reports to the backend, your email address and your name, and they give you a query. Do that, they give you a sanction. After a short time, you are gone. You want to make sure that people are aware about clicking unnecessary links. So the next is ransomware and malware infection. These are common breaches that happen in businesses. Malicious software encrypt business data and demand ransom. A ransomware is a very bad form of attack in the sense that they take hold of your system. If you have any important data there, they now take hold of it. They ask you for money before they can release it to you. And most times they already have a copy. So when you pay them and they give it to you, they go and take your copy and go and sell to your computer. If you're a business, sell to your computer. And if you're not a business, you're an individual, they used to blackmail you. You have pictures of yourself that are not actually that are very compromising. They start blackmailing you using your data. So let's be careful. We have insider threats. Employers or partners may intentionally or unintentionally expose data. These are threats that businesses face. Then we have cloud misconfiguration and unsecure APIs. These are still evolving. As of last week, I still had issues with this with the client. So it's evolving. Businesses will always face this. So what are our best practices to help these businesses, even with AI and with other shenanigans that it brings with it? So the only way we can start up with is MFA. As I said, if you are using username and password, that is the traditional way of accessing any form For most of us that use Facebook, I tell people if you're using Facebook, try and have another form of authentication as well, a form of MFA. It's possible. They have Microsoft, we have Google. So they can add an extra layer of security beyond passwords. Because if most of you are addicted to social media, which I don't feel is bad though, but if you do that, and most of your important stuffs are there, pictures of your parents, family are all there, you have to secure it. But anybody that has hold of it is going to use it to compromise on you using AI. Send you a deep fake and you might fall for it. The next is data encryption. Business should encrypt their data. Next is security audits, penetration testing. Call vendors, let them run security audits on you. Not until your infrastructure is down before you do that audit. As time goes on, as businesses, call VAPT engineers, let them come and run a test on your organization. Know if you are healthy. For some of us in this part of the world, once we are sick, we go and run a test. But someone advised me, once in a while, go and run a test on yourself. So that if you are having 1 or 2 symptoms, you can treat it before it breaks you down. I say, well, that's good. So the next, which is the most important one, cybersecurity awareness training, which you are now having right now. I tell people, if you don't train them, don't blame them. If you can't train them with what you've heard now, the scenario I've created for most of you, you now know how to be safe about what you do online, how you can protect your data. So the importance of understanding and staying compliant, regulatory compliance, data information. So there are several compliance here. I have to list GDPR is for EU, NDPR is for Nigeria, CCPA is for California, HIPPA is for US healthcare. But these are compliance because now Nigeria is now big on data compliance. So if you're an organization that actually uses people's data, you have to go and register with NDPR, ASAP, because if you have a cyber attack, I'm telling you, not only will you have your reputation down, you will be fined seriously. A bank was fined over 20 million naira. You might say it's small money, but they were fined over a period of 3 years. Do the maths. That's what I beg you. So please do the maths. 90 million naira is not what you want to lose. So please let us see how we can align. If you are in a stakeholder in an organization, walk up to your CIO or anybody. Please, do we have NDPR? If possible, you can start that and it can become a KPI for you. Every organization that uses people's data must abide by that, and there are penalties for it. So, what are essential cybersecurity tools that we can use to fight against these things? There are several. These are just the few I just have to list out. SIEM solutions, AI-powered security information and event management systems for real-time detection. SIEM solutions. We have EDRs, endpoint detection. Your endpoints are your laptops, your phones, your servers. They can be able to note any form of attack threats, and they can be able to protect you from any form of such attacks. Next is zero trust security framework that enforce strict access control. I used to say, if the person does not deserve this role, don't give it to him. And some organizations whereby the CEO wants to know what's happening in the server room. You don't need to be in the server rooms. We know you own the company. You don't need to be in the server room. You can only have read permissions. You don't need to have write or execute, because once you have that, attackers will leverage that and come in from the CEO and disrupt your own company. And you guys might self-detonate using the CEO's user profile. So most times, give people what they need to do their job, and that's all. Data loss prevention solutions to prevent unauthorized data transfer. So these are tools and technologies that businesses can as well adopt. My goal there is to see not only to train you personally, but to make you aware. Work into an organization, you know questions you can ask. I know how you can position them by advising them in ways they can position themselves safely on the cybersecurity space. In conclusion, in an AI-driven world, cybersecurity threats are evolving rapidly, and businesses must adopt a proactive cybersecurity approach rather than reactive. As I said earlier, attack, don't defend, because if you defend, you'll be under serious pressure. Attack, have a business continuity plan. If your server goes down, or if you are attacked now, what happens? You should have a failover system or disaster recovery so that your business can continue while you go and clean up the mess. Number 2, leverage AI for defense while mitigating AI-related risks. Use AI to defend yourself while seeing how you can cure most AI sickness that you have in your organization. as I said, AI can be a defense and can be a form of adversary to you as well. Then lastly, continuously update security measures to counter emerging cyber threats, and of which awareness and training is part of this. I hope with these few points of mine, I've not been able to confuse you, but to convince you that AI and cybersecurity are two good forces that can help you protect your data and protect your business in the cyberspace. Thank you very much. And Mama, I yield back to you. Hello, Mama, can you hear me? I yield.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Ake. That was very, very informative. Thank you so much. So before we go on to taking questions, but first, if you have questions, kindly drop them in the chat box. We'll take all questions and we'll address them, and Ike will definitely address them. So, but before then, we would like to take a poll before we go into our question and answer segment. So over to you now, Philip. Can we have the poll, please? Okay, so I'll just go over the question as we read and take. So please do us the favor of taking out this poll so we know exactly where your organizations are at the moment. So our number one question is, how familiar are you with the role of AI in both creating and mitigating cyber threats? How familiar are you with the role of AI in both creating and mitigating cyber threats? Number two, what's your biggest concern when it comes to securing your business data? What's your biggest concern when it comes to securing your business data? Number three, do you believe AI is more of a threat or a solution in cybersecurity? Do you believe AI is more of a threat or a solution in cybersecurity? 4, how confident are you in your organization's ability to secure cloud data? How confident are you in your organization's ability to secure cloud data? Has your organization started using AI tools to improve cybersecurity? Has your organization started using AI tools to improve cybersecurity? Okay, thank you very much for taking out time to take the poll. So like I said, if you have questions, please let's go ahead and drop them in our chat box, and we'll take all questions as much as we can. So I see here that Taiwo has asked, Ikechukwu, are you with me, please?
Yes, I am.
Okay,
Yes, I am.
great. Taiwo, okay, great. Taiwo is asking, what are the tools we can use to protect, or what are the tools I can use to protect my business from AI attacks?
Okay, I know we are quick to ask for tools, but in cybersecurity, I came up with this concept, which is PPT, the people, the process, and the technology. What Taiwo was asked of is about what are the tools, that's the technology, what are the tools, but apart from tools, what about the people? I might sell you an expensive tool, but if you don't have the right personnel, you will still be hacked though. I want to be very honest with you. Most of us, our organizations, we buy tools, but the people have not been developed. People have been developed and been trained. No matter, even if you give them an effective tool, they'll be able to secure your environment. I see know of companies abroad that still use Windows XP in a server, but they have created processes. I don't advise such to secure the application in that server. Wow, this when I do. I'm telling you, it's not about getting the Windows, and you must get the latest. I don't get that. Don't get me right, but let there be a balance. Then from the people, what about your processes? So for me, before I give you the tools, I want to run you through the cybersecurity measures. Zero trust architecture should be in place. Endpoint protection. And for zero trust architecture, it cuts across various OEMs. We have Microsoft, we have Google, we have AWS when it comes to zero trust. Endpoint protection, we have Amazon, we have, you can name. So these are, but I want to look at the processes. What process do you want to secure from AI? I want to make sure that every laptop in my organization is secured. Okay, fine. A tool that will help you is Microsoft Intune or Microsoft Defender for Endpoints. That will help you. So you have to identify the area first of all. What process do you want to secure from AI? It could be, okay, my users. We have MFA and identity management. Or it could be where my data is stored. You can do data encryption. It could be that, okay, I want to just improve my people. Regular trainings. Oh, I want to make sure that all my software are up to date. You do a VAPT test. So it depends on which area you are coming from. So if you tell me, okay, well, I'm doing this, I can tell you the tools directly you could use. I could tell you the processes, and I could tell you an exercise that you need to train your people. So say what to do to solve cybersecurity. It's probably saying, okay, what way can we eradicate malaria from the world? What way? We can only treat malaria, but I'm not sure we can eradicate it. I might be wrong. So we can create measures that we can use to fight against it, but to eradicate it, I am not sure. So let's focus on the major, which is our people, our process, then technology will just be an easy peasy. So for this question, what are the tools we can use to protect our business from AI attack? I need to know what part of your business do you want to protect? Then I can give you tools for it. Is that okay, Mr. Taiwo?
Mr. Taiwo, do you want to respond to that? What part of your business do you want to secure? Or is it the entire business in itself? Okay, Taiwo isn't, okay. So he said emails particularly, I received lots of email scam.
Okay. For emails, in all honesty, there are solutions out there. Proof points. I'm not trying to say, but this is what we use in this proof points, very critical. It has a way of just helping you in the sense that once you get emails from attackers, AI-generated bots, it puts them in a sandbox. They don't come to your inbox. Then it will notify you that CEO mails came to you. Go and check the mails in your sandbox. Then you go to your sandbox, you see it and like, okay. This, no, I don't need this mail. Whatever I don't need, you expunge. Whatever I need, you restore. So now the power is now in your hands. And for that power to be in your hands, you must make sure that you have identity security, MFA, and identity management. Because if a hacker accesses you from there, he can go and allow those things. It's like you've allowed a cobra, you caught a cobra in your compound, put it in a box, kept it in your house, and locked the door. Someone that has a key to your can open that same door, break the vase, your cobra is let loose and lock you. So you get what I'm saying? So fact that you have identified it, which is very critical, using that proof point solution. There are several other solutions, but proof point is what I use and it's very effective. So we identified it and we use it. But apart from that, you should have a proper multi-factor authentication and also proper identity access management. Because if you don't have that, this can also be compromised. So customers say, the proof point to me is not good, but you forgot that for you to be able to do proof point very well, identity access needs to be on point. Because if that fails, you will still be getting emails and you will still be attacked more. Because the attackers can have access to your identity and unlock the sandbox. And before you know, your inbox is flooded with lots of AI-generated malware and the rest. So proof points are solutions you can use, but I advise the process as well.
Okay, thank you so much. Remember, okay, yes, we have more questions. Thank you very much, Ike, for that question. I remember I told you guys from the beginning, if Ike is on this call, be rest assured that you're going to get all of the information. I mean, that was really, really very expansive that you had to explain, or rather answer the question the way you did. Processes are very important. And lots of times we just want to jump the gun and, leave the process or the way to go about it and find the solution to it. But a lot of times, if you really look at it, if you follow the process, you might necessarily not need to adopt a tool, as it were, right? Or rather, what you will end up spending on the tool will be lesser than what you would spend if you did not have those processes in place. Thank you so much, IK. So we have another question from our audience on IG Live. He's asking, he said, does this mean we should stop using AI platforms to avoid these attacks?
Okay. Okay. I can answer that. I wouldn't say stop using them, but when you use them with a bit of discretion. I give an example. Oh, you're an accountant in an organization. An accountant work with spreadsheets, and you are in charge of payroll. You have about 500 staffs with their address, with their bank account numbers, with their name of their banks, and blah, 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 blah. You put it on an AI model, let's say ChatGPT or Gemini. Advice, I have no bias against the Chinese, please. I'm online. But what I've discovered that DeepSeek does not have a proper security measure for your data. Not that I'm saying ChatGPT does. But when it comes to AI model, let's be discreet. Let's be really discreet. So go back to my thoughts. So once you put that real life information on your chat, say, please help analyze the information. You practically told them that you've given them your data to see. Without them begging you. They know that, okay, you have 500 people in your organization. These are their names. These are their, so they have, it's mirrored already. They are seeing it already. Let them, they see it. So most of the time I tell people, you can put a physician's name there, put numbers there. It can still help you analyze what you need to analyze. They can just copy and replace with the real names. Because once you put real names there, oh, this particular letter, help me and reward it, and it's carrying your letterhead and everything, it has been mirrored already. That's the power of AI. So it takes those things at a snapshot. They won't tell you. I want to be honest with you. They would not tell you. The mirror can find that as good as they'll tell you that their security measures are in place, your data is safe, but they have actually seen your data. They've seen your data already. So it's not left for them to know what they want to use your data and do. Of which, as I said, it depends on who is on that side of the divide. If it wants to harm you, it will harm you. So the reason why I tell people that use these things, but use them responsibly. Like we tell people, drink, but drink responsibly. Use AI, but use it responsibly. Don't go and carry your whole information and put there. You can put physicians' names, okay, and concepts so that you can understand what is given to you. Then you can replace it with your own once you have gotten the findings. Not you have this, you can't put it there. You have this, put it there. Analyze it for me. Real life data. No, please. Let's use it with a bit of discretion. So that's it for me.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So someone else is asking that are you saying we should stop using these AI platforms like ChatGPT? But I think that you have actually answered the question.
Yeah, I'm not saying stop it, but using discretion. Yeah, discretion.
So when you're logging into those platforms, you limit the information that you give those platforms. I know that there was a time I was having a chat with IK, and he mentioned that okay, sometimes when we want some responses from the AI chatbot, we say Umama David Ogebe wants to go to the moon. How does she do that? You know, and so too much information that you're giving this bot will actually put you more at risk than whatever solution you're looking for from them. Thank you so much for that question and for the response as well, Ikechukwu.
Yeah,
so we have one more question before we can call it a day. So Rose is asking, she said, how do businesses strike a balance between AI-driven automation and data privacy concerns? Should I say that question again?
Please take that question again, please.
So how do businesses strike a balance between AI-driven automation, right, and data privacy concerns? So for instance, at Discussio, we use different tools for our process automation, right? So now and some of these tools are backed up with AI. For instance, let's say our emails now, there's Gemini there, right? And then we also want to have our data, also, protected. So how do we strike this balance, right? Using, say, Gmail, for instance, and then we still have internal data that we are trying to manage because Gemini has been introduced into Gmail, as it were, it now has access to other things that you're doing with your system, right?
Yeah.
So how do we manage those concerns? How can we strike that balance? How can we limit information that this AI has access to, since we are using these AI tools already, or rather certain tools?
Okay, good. I start with the concept I gave about cybersecurity: the people, the process, and the technology. There should be a balance, in the sense that don't train the people at the expense of your processes. Some organizations do it. Oh, they go for training. They train you so well, and you lose thoughts about the processes. Some organizations focus on process. You must do this. You must no, don't. Most organizations is technology. No, there must be a balance. In this AI-driven world, there must be a balance, because all of us we're all entangled in this. By reason of you having an email address, at least a bit of your data has been given to your OEMs already. You get? So the way to minimize it, as I said, is to what? To be discreet, which is number one, very key. You have to be discreet, because as employees or as normal users, you are the first line of defense. Because in an organization, you are as strong as your weakest link. And your weakest link, I tell people, is still humans. It's not your process. It's not your technology. So you must be aware, first of all. Like in our organization, we have a Google Workspace. I know the data that resides on my email. I won't say, because let me go to Gemini. No, I won't do that. I know it helps my productivity. If I'm to do that, I give it a case scenario. I create a hypothetical scenario whereby, okay, I'm having this issue. How do I solve it? AI has now been integrated into cybersecurity workspace. I must tell you, several OEMs have it. We have Copilot of Microsoft. I'm really for it, but most times I'm very careful. Microsoft has assured us that, see, we don't use your data. Even at that, I trust, but I still want to verify. With years as a cybersecurity professional, I will trust you, but I still want to verify. So I will play with the hypothetical situations and see how it goes. Then use the methodology and research given to me to work on what I want to do. I tell you, how do I solve this issue without necessarily showing you what I want to do? So please, as frontline, we are the frontline defense. So as much as possible, let us apply discretion. Too much of, as sugar is sweet, too much of it is bad. Even as wonderful water is, too much of water is even bad. That's why people drown when they get into a pool. So first line of defense is who we are, and we must apply discretion. And another thing is access management. Employees, if you want to work on this, okay, given the role, as I said earlier, MD should not have access to what engineers are doing. You don't need it. But some of us, we have this ego that I'm the owner of the company. I should see what is happening. Fine, voila. If we give you the access and you are hacked, your company goes down. Even in an AI-driven world. So for me, discussion is very, very pertinent. The next is have a secure work practice. Adhere to policies. That's the process. Then if you are adding technology to it, it becomes easier. So Rose, my answer to this from my experience is that let us apply discretion. And to your data as well. Now NDPR is now coming up with stricter laws now. Like in our organization, we have the product we use for automation. And we're in the process of starting our NDPR licenses, because people's data will be used. We're going to harvest people's data. And if anything goes wrong, they're coming for us. So we're in that process now. So I advise people follow baseline organizations. Several OEMs now begin to set up local zones in Nigeria because of the amount of data. The way it's going now, Facebook might have to come and set up a link up with the data center here, and Twitter and the rest, because the government is coming up with rules that data will not leave Nigeria if you don't have a local zone here. So as much as possible, let's see how I can work with discretion while we align with effective compliance. I hope I was able to answer your question. If not, you can clarify more so I could give you more clarifications.
Okay, thank you, Ike, for that response. Okay, she said she's fine with your answer.
Okay, good.
And thank you.
Thank you.
So we have actually spent very quality time talking about how we can manage AI rather how we can manage our business data in this AI-driven world. And I mean, Ike It's always been a pleasure to have you. The way you really, go on and on in explaining, it's really something very commendable. So thank you so much for being with us today. So any last words
Thank you very much, Mama.
before today?
Okay, my last word is that as I said earlier, AI is a tool. Yeah. The tool will only mirror what that individual is. So if you are a foolish individual, AI in your hands will be like a bomb in the hands of a child that's been detonated. It's going to destroy you. So see it as a tool. Don't see it as, okay, I'm meant to serve it. It's a tool. And a tool is what you use. A tool should not use you. A tool is what you use. So I leave it there. AI is a tool. Because if you allow AI use you, your data and your security practice will be compromised. But if you use it as a tool, your security and your data will be optimized. So I hope this point lands well for everyone. Thank you very much. And it has been a wonderful pleasure.
Thank you very much again. Thank you very much, Aike. Okay, then, everyone, thank you for being with us today. I'm sure it was really productive and very informative as well. And we hope that with these few nuggets that you've gotten, you're able to, go back to your organizations and do the proper thing, which Aike has, emphatically said, which is building your process. Very, very important, building your process. So thank you again for being with us on this journey on our webinar at Discussio. We look forward to having you again on our next episode. I'm very, very sure it's going to be as informative as this as well. Thank you again, and we remain Discussio. So like we had said from the beginning, if you need data security, whatever you need concerning the security, because all of our information are on the cloud now, you can always reach out to us at Discussio via our social media handles. Our call number is there as well. You can always reach us. So thank you again for being with us today. Have a wonderful day and a blessed, very long weekend. Bye-bye for now.
Cheers, everyone.